Relatives.
Good, relatives, the relative pronouns. All right, and then we also have phrases. We have participial phrases, prepositional phrases, things like that, and we found those in our homework. Before we go over that, though, I want to review our list of subordinating conjunctions, because sometimes we struggle finding those that introduce clauses. So turn to page 194, please. Page 194, and we'll go ahead and get started there. Once you found page 194, stand up. And we're going to say rule number 4, our list of subordinating conjunctions, just to keep those in our mind. These are conjunctions. These are words that introduce adverb clauses. Here we go. Ready to begin. After, although, as if.
As much as long as soon as, because, before, if, in order, that, since, so that, then, though, unless, until, when, whenever, where, wherever, why.
Good. So those are called what, class?
Subordinating conjunctions.
Good. Have a seat. All right, let's flip back to the homework that we did for today. Page 203, exercise I. Page 203, exercise I, and let's see what clauses and phrases we found. Let's start with Luke's row today. And Luke, go ahead and tell us what you put for number 1. First of all, did you see any clauses? You would have put brackets around these.
In Europe?
In Europe, does that have a subject and a verb?
No.
So that's not a clause, that's a what?
Prepositional phrase.
Yeah, that's a phrase. So you should have put parentheses around in Europe. How many of you did that? Good, you should have. All right, we do have 2 clauses in the sentence, though.
Until William Harvey made his discovery.
Good, that's one of them. And your other clause is?
Who lived in Europe.
Good. And there's one more prepositional phrase at the end. Do you see it?
About human blood.
Good. Raise your hand if you got those correct. All right, great job. Number 2.
When he was a small boy.
If you did that. Good, you should have. All right, we do have 2 clauses in the sentence, though.
Until William Harvey made his discovery.
Good, that's one of them. And your other clause is?
Who lived in Europe.
Good. And there's one more prepositional phrase at the end. Do you see it?
About human blood.
Good, raise your hand if you got those correct. All right, great job. Number 2.
When he was a small boy is a clause.
Good.
And in the courts is a prepositional phrase, and affair is a prepositional phrase.
Great job. Number 3.
While Daniel was still in the lion's den is a clause, and in the den is a prepositional phrase, and of lions is a prepositional
Good.
phrase.
So I'm glad you pointed that out. You can have phrases inside clauses. That is perfectly fine. All right, next one, Tyler.
To the stake was the prepositional phrase, and because his heart was right was an adjective clause.
Because his heart was right with God. That whole part is the clause. Yes, and it was an adverb clause. Good. And what was your prepositional phrase inside that clause? Because his heart was right with God?
With God.
Good. With God is your prepositional phrase. Great job. And last one, Jerron. Before Jerron answers, students watching, why don't you go ahead? And Jerron, go ahead.
On the Lord is a prepositional phrase. Of the good courage is a prepositional phrase, and
that's it, right? Good. All right, that would be it. That we have just those 2 prepositional phrases. How many of you got all those correct? Good. Anyone have any questions about those? Finding those, how you found them before our test in our next lesson? All right, go ahead and put your pen or pencil in your book and close it. Look up here. If someone quickly was outside our room and then they came inside the room, would you say someone ran in the room or they ran into the room? Which one would be correct? Micah?
Into the room.
Good. If I say they ran in the room, what does that mean? It means they're running in circles in the room, right? What about, let me see here, between and among? What's the difference between and among? Sydney?
Between is for 2 people. Like, I divided it between me and my sister. And then among is for 3 or more people.
Good. We've also talked about that there are certain words that you should not end a sentence with. What are those words? DeMars?
Prepositions.
Good. Don't say, where are we going to? You would just say, class, where are we going? Don't say, where did I leave my wallet at? You would just say, where did I leave my wallet? Good. So don't end a sentence with a preposition, and we talked about those as well. All right, go ahead and do page 203, exercise J for me. Page 203, exercise J. 8 sentences with preposition usage errors. Go ahead and do these, and then we'll go over the answers after you do them. Bless you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just on the Lord, not wait. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, there you go. Good. Josh is done. Anyone else, when you're done, you can stand up. Good, Seth. Good. Tricia. Bless you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go ahead and go over these, and I believe we left off with Maria. She'll be the next one to answer. So we'll go to her, and then we'll go down to Seth and come down Seth's row. Maria, number 1, tell us what you did. Just read the whole sentence, fixing any errors.
If you had paid your bills on time, they would not amount to so much now.
Yes, that is correct. Let's go up to Seth, and Seth's row, that first row can be standing, ready to go. And Seth, tell us what you put for number 2.
Jonathan realized that there was a problem between his father and David.
Good, 2 people, so we said between. Number 3.
Try to be here at 4 o'clock, Hudson.
Good, or you could say about. Don't forget you can't say at, about. That doesn't make logical sense. It's either one or the other. Next one.
Take these chairs into the house, please.
Yes, number 5.
Let's go inside the office. It is where we will find those papers.
Good.
Between his father and David.
Good, 2 people, so we said between. Number 3.
Try to be here at 4 o'clock, Hudson.
Good, or you could say about. Don't forget you can't say at, about. That doesn't make logical sense. It's either one or the other. Next one.
Take these chairs into the house, please.
Yes, number 5.
Let's go inside the office. It is where we will find those papers.
Good, let's go up to Mika, and we'll come down this row. For, I guess we need 3 of you now. Mika, number 6.
The workers could have come inside the house for some cool water.
Yes, number 7. All right, go ahead and try it. Yes, number 7.
House, please.
Yes, number 5.
Let's go inside the office. It is where we will find those papers.
Good, let's go up to Mika, and we'll come down this row. For, I guess we need 3 of you now. Mika, number 6.
The workers could have come inside the house for some cool water.
Yes, number 7. All right, go ahead and try it.
If Train would have gone outside, he.
Yeah, we can't say outside of, so you fix that. If Trey had gone outside the house, he, keep going.
He would have seen the fire.
Good, he would have seen. You can't say would of. Of is not a verb. And last one, number 8, Austin.
Be sure to ask where your hike will end before you begin.
Good, even though that word at isn't at the end of the sentence, you still.
If Train would have gone outside, he.
Yeah, we can't say outside of, so you fix that. If Trey had gone outside the house, he, keep going.
He would have seen the fire.
Good, he would have seen. You can't say would of. Of is not a verb. And last one, number 8, Austin.
Be sure to ask where your hike will end before you begin.
Good, even though that word at isn't at the end of the sentence, you still don't want to say where are you going at, or where's that ending at. Just say make sure you ask where your hike will end before you begin. Any questions over that exercise? All right, pens or pencils in your book. Close it, look up here. Let's review our parts of speech. Let me give you their definitions, exercise A, so you can go back and look at that. Draw your attention to the board up here, and verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Adverbs. Don't just look at the first word. Things as a conjunction. Review these. You might, it probably would be a subordinated conjunction, but careful. So, a word that has multiple parts, it could be a compound. Practice is something that could be page 197. You may want to make a note there. Page 197 reviews all those parts of speech, their definitions, exercise A, so you can go back and look at that. Draw your attention to the board up here, and I have a few sentences I put on the board. I've underlined some elements. You might see something just like this on your test, or we've had several exercises like this as well, where you have to tell me how the underlined word, what part of speech it is. Not necessarily how is it used, but what part of speech is it. All right, so the first one says, because of the pouring rain, practice has been canceled. What did I say you should always do first when you do these? Don't just look at the first word. What do you do first? Yes?
Find the verb.
Good. So, Sydney, what is my verb?
Has been canceled.
Good. Has been canceled. So, all these right here are part of the verb. All right. Now, some of these words could be verbs, and in some sentences, they could be other parts of speech as well. Tyler, what's my subject in the sentence?
Practice?
Good. So what part of speech is practice going to be then?
Noun.
Noun, good. Practice is something that could be a verb, but in this sentence it's a noun. It's a thing. Good. All right, here's the tough one. Because of. Because of is what? I want everyone to think about the answer. When you think you know what the answer is, if this were on a test, raise your hand. If you're not sure, I want you to think about this because you might see something like this on the test. All right, let's go to Hayla. Hayla, what do you think it is?
A adverb.
It's not an adverb. Let's go to, Amelia, sorry. I blanked on your name for a second there. Sorry, Amelia.
Conjunction.
She thinks it's a conjunction. Raise your hand if you agree with her. It's not a conjunction. We're going to need to review this list. John, help us out. What do you think it is?
It starts with an S.
With a what?
It's like a subcontinuous.
Subordinated conjunction?
Subordinated.
No, that's not what it is, though. But I appreciate your effort. Josh, what do you think it is?
Participle.
No. Let's go to Kaylin. Kaylin, what do you think it is?
Preposition.
Thank you. It's a compound preposition. Here's a good clue. The word of. Of is a preposition. Because of is a compound preposition. All right, we're going to pause here. Before we go any farther, let's open up our books and let's look at our compound preposition list. Because I think we need to review these. You might see something like this on your test. So let's look at this. Page 187. Page 187. All right, let's look at our compound preposition list. Let's go ahead and say those together. So it's a because of is a preposition. All right, let's keep going. Oh, left my chalk over here. Pouring is a what? Be careful. Don't look at what it normally is. Think about what it is in this sentence. Austin.
An adjective.
Good. It's an adjective describing the
object of the preposition.
Yes, which is what?
Rain.
Rain. Good. And rain, since it's the object of the preposition, is a what part of speech, class? Noun. Good. Rain is a noun. All right, let's go to our next sentence. As long as you get a hit, we will win the game. Very first thing, find your subjects and verbs and all that. Brooklyn, what's my verb?
Get.
Yes, that is one of our verbs. Any other verbs?
Will win.
Good. All right, subjects. Let's go to Peyton. Peyton, do you see any subjects here?
You.
Good. And what part of speech is you?
A noun.
Careful. You is not a noun. You is takes the place of a noun. It's not a specific person's name.
Understood.
What part of speech takes the place of a noun?
Pronoun.
Pronoun, there you go. You is a pronoun. It's not someone specific. Don't forget about that. When a word is a subject, it can either be a noun or a pronoun. I'm not saying Peyton got a hit, I'm saying you got a hit. You takes the place of the word Peyton, so you is a pronoun. What is my other subject here for will win? Let's see here. Luke, what's my other subject?
We.
We, good. And is we a noun or a pronoun?
Pronoun.
Pronoun, good. How many of you are thinking pronoun for we? All right, good. All right, we have a few other things. Another tough one. I put this on the board on purpose. As long as. What is it? Raise your hand if you think you know. All right, let's go to Nyla. Nyla, what do you think it is? Students watching, hope you get it right as well.
A conjunction.
Conjunction, great job. How many of you were thinking conjunction? Good. That is one of our subordinating conjunctions. So a word that has multiple parts, it could be a compound preposition. A good clue there is that ends with a word that's a preposition. If it's something like as long as, that's a subordinating conjunction. Great job. Get a hit. In this sentence, the word hit is a what, Josh?
Direct object.
Yes, but what part of speech is it?
A noun.
Good, it's a noun. It's not a verb in this sentence. It is a noun, and we will win the game. Class, game is what part of speech? Noun. Good. Any questions over those? All right, let's practice in your books. Open up to page 203. Page 203, exercise K. Go ahead and do that. You're looking at all the parts of speech and determining how they're used. Before we do that, I want to review one other thing. Put your pencil down just for a second. I'm sorry. I got you all excited and got you started here. What are our correlative conjunctions? Anyone remember? Remember those? Correlative conjunctions. They're conjunctions that work in pairs. Good. What are they? Anyone remember any examples? Sydney?
As long as.
No, that's a subordinating conjunction. Austin?
Neither nor.
Yeah, neither nor, either or, not only but also. Those are all conjunctions as well. They work in pairs, joining things. All right, go ahead and do exercise K on page 203. You doing okay? All right. We didn't put one on the board, but yes, we reviewed it, the definition for it. Part of speech they were.
Oh.
All right, let's go ahead and go over these. And where did we leave off? Austin, read the last one answer. We're going to the last exercise. I think so. Let's go to Josh, and we'll go down that row. Josh, number 1, the italicized words. Tell me what part of speech they were.
O is an interjection, and is a conjunction, and for is a preposition.
Great job. Number 2.
Quickly.
Is an adverb and to is a preposition.
Good. Class, adverbs often end in what letters? L-Y. Good, don't forget that. Next sentence.
Across is a preposition, although is a conjunction,
Great
and
job.
sometimes is an adverb.
Excellent. How many have got although as a conjunction? Good, it's one of those subordinating conjunctions, introducing that adverb clause. Great job with that one. All right, let's come up here to Sydney. And Sydney, you can do the next one. And we need 4 people standing. Halt, who goes there? There is a...
Adverb.
Good, it is an adverb. It's saying, where are you going? How many got that one correct? There is an adverb. Good. Next one, number 5.
Not only, but also in order that are all conjunctions.
Excellent job. How many got that all correct? Not only, but also, and in order that are all conjunctions. Let's talk about what kinds. Not only and but also are what kind of conjunctions? They are? Relative. Good. They work in pairs. And in order that is a what kind of conjunction? Subordinating. Good. Introducing the adverb clause. Great job on a tough one. All right, next one, number 6.
Behold is an interjection and to is a preposition.
Excellent job. And Brooklyn, last sentence.
Neither is a conjunction nor is a conjunction, and fully is a adverb.
Good. Fully is an adverb. Raise your hand if you got all those correct. Good. Anyone have any questions over that exercise? What you saw there might be very similar to what you might see on a test. Any questions over those? No? All right, go ahead and put your pen and pencil in your book and close it then. Look up here. I want to review just for a real quick second how we do different kinds of diagrams. We might see some diagramming on the line with adverb clauses. Damaris? Remember those are those words that end in confusing because my subject line is a little long there. But yes, it goes like that. Don't forget, they can have complements as well. So you might have a direct object for a participle. We get diagrams underneath there. If you had adverbs that would go underneath, so on and so forth like that. That's how you diagram participles. Question?
When writing the participle on the diagram, do you do it to where it's on the vertical line and the horizontal line?
Yes, you do it so it slopes. So if my participle was running, I would do it. I know that's really sloppy writing, but you get the idea there. It just sort of falls on the line like that, okay? All right, go ahead and get out a sheet of paper. Then you can put your grammar books away. A sheet of paper, you can take your pen and pencil out of your grammar book. You need a scorekeeper in his hand. Hands Josh the microphone. And Josh, what sports team do you want what mascot do you want your team to be? Your team will be the?
Cavaliers.
Cavaliers, all right. So we have the Cavaliers over here. And on this side, Sydney, go ahead.
Red Sox.
The Red Sox, all right. Not even in the same league, but that works. Baseball versus basketball, but we'll make it work. Red Sox. My grandfather was the diehard Red Sox fan. He liked the Red Sox quite a bit. He often would watch games. Never been to the park, though, to see a game. I haven't, but I'm sure it's great. All right, here's the first question. So make sure our scorekeepers are keeping score. and making sure that you are ready to go, taking down good notes in case you see these questions in our next lesson. What was the name in Pee Wee Half of the boy who wanted to play football but had challenges? Go.
Don.
Good, that is correct. Don Meek. Don Meek was the name of the boy who wanted to play football but had challenges. What was Don's primary challenge preventing him from playing football? Go.
He was underweight.
Yes, he was small. He had small size. So his size was the main thing keeping him from being able to play football. Why was Don so motivated to play football? Go. Yes.
Because he promised his brothers he would play.
Good, don't forget about that. He made a promise to his brothers that he would play for him. So don't forget about that. The promise to his brothers that he would play was motivating him. Did Don Meek fulfill his promise? Go. I think he was ahead of you.
Yes.
Yes, he did. Good. All right, next people. Excuse me. All right, in the story Run Boy Run, what caused Glenn's leg injury? Go. I think it was a tie. Say it at the same time.
Explosion.
Yes, I'll give you. It was a fire. The cause of the fire sort of exploded. So yes, I'll give you two new questions. All right. What was the large obstacle that Glenn Cunningham had to overcome in the story Run Boy Run? You sort of gave it away with the fire there, but give me more details about after the fire that was his main problem in life. Go. I think it was ahead of you.
His legs were basically fried, so his nerves were cut off and his blood vessels weren't able to get to his legs, and so there was no circulation, but finally he was able to move his legs again. Also, he had lost his toes on one of his feet, and so that hindered him, but finally he was able to become a runner again.
Good, that is correct. And the doctor said?
That his legs needed to be amputated.
Yes, the doctor said his legs need to be amputated. Good, you can have a seat. Thank you. We'll give you both a point. They were pretty close in tapping the podium. Great job about that. Glenn Cunningham definitely showed perseverance. Give me each, I'm going to each give you a chance to earn a point here. Both of you give me a way that he showed perseverance in the story. Yes?
He never gave up.
And specifically, what were some specific things he did? That is true, he never gave up.
He never gave up even though he couldn't work his legs as well as other people.
Good. Maybe I should ask my question another way. What were some things that he did to get to the place where he was able to run? Do you remember?
He tried to walk every day.
Good. He tried to walk. What else did he do? Do you remember, Peyton? He and his parents would sit there on the bed and they would
help him.
Oh, rub his legs.
Rub his legs. There you go. All right, both get a point. Thank you. All right, anyone else remember some other things that he did? He tried to walk every day. He tried to exercise. Micah, what are some other things that he did? Let's hand Micah a microphone, please.
Anytime he did anything he did running, he ran it.
Yes. He also ate a healthy diet. You might want to write that down as well. He tried his best to eat a healthy diet. And he set goals, right? What was his goal? His goal was to run the mile. This will be for these two people. His goal was to run the mile in what time? Go.
In 4 minutes?
4 minutes is correct. Good. 4 minutes. Next people coming up. Did he accomplish that goal? Go.
No.
No, he did not. Anyone remember what his fastest time was? Amelia.
4 minutes, 4 seconds.
Good. 4 minutes and 4.4 seconds was his fastest time. All right. In the story Off the Track, Danny Travers left the track team. Why? Yes.
His dad was moving and he wanted to go. His dad wanted him to come with him.
Good. He had to move to another school. In that story, Danny Travers was a member of what kind of specific track event? Go. I think it was a tie. Say it at the same time.
Relay race.
We went with the baton. That's what you're trying to say. All right, I'll give you two new questions. Stay up here. Relay was correct. Why did the new member of the team have such trouble? Go.
Because the other people wouldn't help him.
Yes, the other people wouldn't help him. They were rude to him. And in the end, they learned the importance of teamwork. All right, in the story The Duster, what had ruined Smoke Warren's career? Go.
He'd hit a person.
Good. While he was pitching, he hit a batter with the ball. Good. Next people. In that story, The Duster, what was the name of the person who gave Bill bad advice for pitching? Go. What was the name of the person that gave Bill bad advice? Write this down if you don't know.
Coach?
No, it wasn't the coach. It was someone else. Anybody remember? Jerron?
The coach's brother.
No, the coach's brother ended up giving him good advice. Hayla, do you remember?
One of the people on the team.
Nope. Students watching, yell it out. Doc Fitch is correct. Write that down. Doc Fitch was the name of the guy who gave Bill the bad advice. He's the one who said dust them off the plate, basically throw the ball at him. And so Doc Fitch was the one who gave him bad advice. All right. In the story, Casey at the bat, explain what happened when Casey went up to the bat. What happened at the end? Go. Did he hit a home run? What happened?
He didn't hit the home run. They lost the game.
Yeah, they lost the game because he
showed off or swung too early.
Struck out. Yes, he struck out was what I was looking for. Good. All right, next people. In the story, The Surprise of His Life, what did Uncle Jim do with the prized trout? Go.
He let it free.
Good, he released it. All right, some lines to know. Write these down. What is this from? When the game is done and the players creep one by one to the League of Sleep. Go. Make sure you write this down. You need to know this. This is from?
The Game of Life.
Nope. Write it down. The Record. That's from the poem The Record. That's on page 277. You should have marked that in your books. Next question, what's this from? He writes, not that you won or lost, but how you played the game. Go.
Life.
No. Write this down. Alumnus football. Alumnus football. He writes not how you won or lost, but how you played the game is from alumnus football. What's this from? But there is no joy in Mudville. Go. Mika, do you know?
Baseball. Casey.
Good. Casey at the bat. Casey at the bat. All right, last question. What's our score? Tucker? Just call it out. 7-11. All right. 10-point question. Last question. Here we go. Who wrote The Record? Go. Who wrote The Record? Audience, raise your hand. I saw Micah's hand first. Go ahead, Micah.
Grantland Rice.
Grantland Rice is correct. What an amazing comeback. This team won. Okay, I cheated a little. All right. Really, this team won. But this team, if I cheat, they win. All right. Go ahead and get out your assignment pads. Let me give you your homework during the next lesson. Make sure you know that. Grantland Rice wrote The Record. Make sure you know that. All right, homework in the next lesson is this. Study for your test. Grammar, test 10 covers units 1 through 10. So study grammar units 1 through 10 for test 10 in the next lesson. And then literature, study unit 10 for test 10 in the next lesson. Literature, study unit 10 for test 10 in the next lesson.